You love the version that needed your light, the one that folded to keep things right, the one who apologized before you spoke, who carried the blame like a private oath. You love the quiet I used to keep, the parts of me that didn't speak. I stayed smaller so you felt tall, called it devotion, called it all. Growth don't whisper when it arrives, it pulls at the parts you try to hide. Something in me started to move. You love the version I outgrew, the man I was when I still been for you. You love the silence, you love the proof that I would shrink before I lose. You love the version I outgrew, before I found what I could do, before I stood in something new. You love the version I outgrew. You said I changed like it was wrong, like evolution and I was gone. But I was shedding what wasn't mine, learning the shape of my own spine. I stopped asking if I was enough, stopped measuring love by how much I gave up. You miss the comfort of who I've been, but comfort can cage if you stay within. I didn't leave to prove a point, I left the fear that held me joined. I grew into a different truth. You love the version I outgrew, the softer frame that you once knew. You love the patience, you love the you, the unformed edges without the proof. You love the version I outgrew, before my voice broke clean and true, before I stopped needing you. You love the version I grew. I don't blame you for loving that, we both lived inside that past. But I won't return to fill your view, I won't undo what I went through. Becoming caused me more than you see, and I won't trade that back for you. You love the version I outgrew, before the fire made something new, before I learned to stand in truth without your hand to lean into. You love the version I outgrew, but I love the man I grew into, and I won't shrink to make it smooth. Quiet at first when you were gone, no dramatic ending, just moving on. No slam doors, no final scene, just empty space where you had been. I kept reaching for what wasn't there, kept hearing your voice in thin air. But silence has a way of telling truth, and distance shows what you outgrew. I thought I'd disappear without your flame, thought I'd lose myself without your name. But something in me began to move. Look at who I became without you, standing taller, breaking through. Look at who I became without you, lesser pacing outside closed doors. Stop shrinking to keep you calm. Stop placing you in my palm. I let the ache do what it does. Let it teach me who I was. Not the version that begged to stay, not the shadow that lost its way. You said I regret walking alone, but I found strength in my own tone. And something in me turned brand new. Look at who I became without you. More defined, less confused. Look at who I became without you. Stronger spine, nothing to prove. You love the comfort of who I've been, but growth stepped in and pulled me in. Look at who I became without you. Hey, it hurt at first, I won't pretend. Some nights felt like they wouldn't end, but pain can carve a clearer frame, and loss can rearrange your name. I didn't break, I rearranged, and when you left, so did the cage. I know who I became without you. Unapologetic sin. Look at who I became without you. Built from truth, not built for you. I'm not the man you thought you knew. I shed the skin and stepped into everything I became without you. You left. When everything's scattered across the floor, when the picture we painted didn't look the same anymore, when the silence stretched longer than sleep, when the promises we made got too heavy to keep. I didn't chase the noise, didn't beg it to stay. Some things fall apart, so truth finds its way. I let the thing broken is meant to be thrown. Some parts survive and become your own. I kept the pieces that still felt true, left what was fading between me and you. I kept the pieces that carried my name, let go of the weight, not the chain. I kept the pieces that helped me grow. Some things you lose, some things you know. I stopped trying to fix what refused to fit. Stopped trying to save every part of it. The strength in choosing what not to hold, strength in knowing when to let go. I kept my lessons, I kept my scars, kept the quiet nights under broken stars, kept the clarity after the ache, kept the courage it took to break it. Not everything ending is something you fear. Some endings clear space for what stays here. I kept the peace pieces that made me whole. Left what was tearing at my soul. I kept the pieces that built my frame. Lost the chaos, kept the flame. I kept the pieces that felt like truth. Sometimes you lose love, but you keep the growth. I thought if it shattered, I'd lose it all, but some fragments rise. When the structures fall, what breaks can reveal what was underneath. And sometimes a ruin brings relief. I'm not empty-handed, I'm not undone. I kept what mattered when it was done. I kept the pieces that shaped my view. Lost what was heavy, kept what was true. I kept the pieces that stayed inside. Not every loss is something you hide. I kept the pieces and let the rest go. You don't keep everything when you grow. The picture changed, but I'm still here. And I kept the pieces. When the noise died down and the crowd went home, when the lights turned off and I stood alone, when the words we said stopped echoing, when the pride fell off like a broken ring, I looked at what was left of me. No performance, no disguise. No one left to blame it on. No more alibis. Just breathe in my lungs and truth in my veins. No smoke in the mirror, no polished paint. What survives the fire? What survives the fall? Never what you planned, but it's honest after all. This is what remains after everything, after the collapse, at the breaking. This is what remains when the dust is gone. Not who I pretended, but who I become. This is what remains when the night gives way. Not untouched, not the same, but stronger than yesterday. I lost expectations, I lost control, lost the illusion that I was whole. I lost the version that feared the change, lost the need to stay the same. And in the quiet that I found my frame, not built from comfort, not built from fame, but built from lessons I didn't choose, built from moments I thought I'd lose. What survives the silence, what survives the pain, is never who you were, but who you remain. This is what remains after the storm, after the pressure, after the torn. This is what remains, standing still, not perfect, not polished, but stronger in will. This is what remains after letting go. Not who I was before, but someone I now know. I thought I'd be emptier after the fall, thought I'd feel smaller after it all, but something steadier started to show, something deeper started to grow. Not like that's enough. Noise, just me, and that's enough. Thought I wouldn't make it through that season. Thought something in me wouldn't come back. There were nights I folded under my own mind, carried conversations I couldn't unpack. Smiled in public, collapsed alone. Learned how to survive without a home. Lost parts of myself trying to stay strong. Stayed in places I knew were wrong. I kept showing up with half of my faith, half of my strength, half of my grace. But something steady refused to fade. Even when everything felt misplaced. I bent, I bruised, but I didn't break. Somehow the pieces still stayed in place. Even when doubt was loud in my head, something in me refused to be dead. Still here somehow, after the doubt, after the silence wore me out. Still here somehow, heart still true. If I look steadier now, it's what I grew. Somehow, holding ground even when I wasn't around. Still here somehow, breathing new. Every scar reminds me what I made it through. There were mornings I questioned everything, who I was becoming underneath. Let go of pride, let go of control, let go of fighting what I feel. I watched old versions fall away, watched old fears lose their say. It wasn't loud, it wasn't grand, just quiet strength learning to stand. Some losses shaped me more than they broke. Some tears cleared out what I couldn't choke. I didn't win every internal war, but I don't live there anymore. I faced my shadows, let them speak. Sat with the parts that felt too weak. And somewhere in that honest room, I started breathing different truths. Still here somehow, after the strain, after the pressure, after the pain. Still here somehow, standing tall. Didn't lose myself after all. Still here somehow, calmer now. Scars turn steady, don't hurt like still here somehow, breathing new. If I stand different now, it's what I grew through. I thought I'd disappear inside that storm. Thought I'd never feel like I was whole. But storms don't stay forever, and broken isn't the same as gone. There was a light I couldn't see, working quietly inside of me. What felt like falling was release. What felt like ending brought me peace. Still here somehow, after the fall, after I thought I lost it all. Clearer view, if I feel stronger now, it's what I grew through. Still here somehow, standing free, not who I was, but still me. Still here somehow, stronger now. I didn't know if I would, but I'm here somehow. I didn't survive, honestly. I didn't survive. Oh, hey. I didn't survive, but I survived. I didn't survive, and that was I didn't survive. I didn't survive, perfect. I didn't survive, touched, but I survived, and that was enough. Oh, 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 oh. used to think the damage meant something was wrong with me. Every crack felt permanent, every lost identity. Try to keep my edges smooth, try to stay the same. Held on to familiar pain, just to avoid the change. But time has hands that won't be still, and fire has its claim. You either grow through what you feel, or stay inside the flame. I watched the old me fall apart in ways I couldn't stage. And somewhere in that breaking down, started turning page. Nothing stays the way it was, nothing leaves you whole. Every ending takes a shape inside your soul. Nothing survives unchanged, not love, not loss, not me. Every scar rearranged what I was meant to be. Nothing survives unchanged, not trust, not truth, not fear. If I feel different now, it's what I lived through here. Nothing survives unchanged, that's just how it goes. What doesn't bend will break, what breaks can still grow. I stopped chasing who I was before the wait arrived. Stopped wishing I could go back to who I was inside. There's wisdom in the letting go, there's strength in what you lose. Sometimes the shape of who you are is carved by what you choose. I lost illusions I held tight, lost versions I outgrew, lost people who knew who I was, but never knew what I'd become too. It didn't happen all at once, it came in quiet waves, each one reshaping parts of me I thought I could have saved. Nothing leaves you how it found, nothing lets you stay. Every chapter closes doors to make another way. Nothing survives unchanged, not dreams, not doubt, not flame. Every fall rearranged the meaning of my name. Nothing survives unchanged, not silence, not regret. If I stand different now, it's because I never let. Nothing survives unchanged, that's just how it's done. You lose what you outgrow to become what you become. I thought change meant losing everything I knew, but maybe it was clearing space for something true. The mirror doesn't show the same man I used to see, but different doesn't mean destroy, it just means free. Nothing survives unchanged, not fate, not fight, not pain. Every storm rearranged what I could sustain. Nothing survives unchanged, not heart, not hand, not view. If I feel stronger now, it's what I made it through. Nothing survives unchanged, that's the cost of growth. You either hold the past or learn to hold the hope. I'm not who I was, and that's not lost, that's evolution. I didn't run from it, I didn't drown it out. Stood there and let it burn. Dark baritone, way to close my. I try to say the ashes, try to hold the smoke, try to piece together every word we broke. Stayed longer than no one and stayed past the signs. Caught the pain devotion, caught the red flags blind. But the heat got on and stripped me to bone. Took the version of me that was never my own, and I felt it chasing underneath my skin. Something was ending, something beginning. Falsetto textures floating over roads. It hurt to release what I used to defend. Falsetto. But some flames don't destroy you, they refine you in the end. Falsetto. I let the fire finish me, didn't fight the flame. Falsetto. Let it take what wasn't mine, let it change my name, I let it find. Do everything that I outgrew. If I rise different now, it's because I had to. Had to. Falsetto. Takes you floating over a road. Ashes fall, but I'm still standing. I didn't run from it, I didn't drown it out. It felt like losing everything I knew. I didn't run from it, I didn't drown it out. I didn't tape it, I let it move through. Sometimes the fire knows what to remove. Stronger, lay it so warm that I let the textures fly, knows what to remove. I let it take the weaker parts. I outgrew. If I look stronger now, it's because I had to. I let the fire finish me, and I survived. Let it burn the fear away so I could rise. I let it take the weaker parts I outgrew. If I step different now, it's because I had to. The fire didn't break me, it completed me. The fire didn't break me, it turned me. It felt like losing everything I knew, but the fire wasn't ending me, it was pushing me through. The fire didn't break me, it completed me. The fire didn't break me, the fire. Falsetto, falsetto. The fire didn't break me, it completed me. Falsetto.
Soft downstream pads, warm broach chords, no drums. I drawn close, steady. After the fire, there was silence. Not destruction, just space. Darker baritone waited, but calmer than previous songs. Smoke cleared slowly from my lungs. The war inside me finally done. No more defending, no more heat. Just quiet floors under my feet. The mirrors look different when fear is gone. You don't recognize who you've become. I thought I'd miss what burned away, but ashes don't ask you to stay. Made it all soft as falsetto begins blending. What fell apart was never mine. Sometimes the end is just refined. I feel it settling. Falsetto lean, hard to tell harmony, grounded drums into smooth 7/4 BPM pocket. After the ashes I found my name, found my center without the flame. After the ashes I found my name, found my center without the flame. After the burning, after the truth, I stand different because I grew. Because I grew. falsetto textures floating over roads. Nothing left but what was real, diving in warm, sub-bass steady. Peace feels louder when chaos leaves. Strength feels softer when you believe. I don't chase echoes of what was lost. Some growth requires a certain cost. The heat taught lessons, the flame made room. Now I move steady without the fumes. No bitterness, no blame to prove. Just open sky and better moves. Then bitterness, slow plan a roaring smoother. The fire was heavy, but it was kind. It burned the fear out of my mind. Falsetto stronger, layered with soul. After the ashes, I found my peace. Lost what was love, found release. After the ending, after the truth, if I stand stronger, it's because I grew. Because I grew. Drums drop, pans wide and subtle and into toss well. I thought the fire would finish me, but it was clearing what I couldn't see. Full of riches, warm rose richer. After the ashes I rise calm. No smoke in my lungs, no war in my palms. After the breaking, after the proof, I stand as myself. Because after the ashes, oh, after the ashes, oh, after the ashes, after the ashes, after the ashes, after the ashes, after the ashes. Some fires end you, some free you.
Minimal pass of the roach course. No drum shit, not tucked close, mic in a pin. You still speak about me like I'm frozen in your memory. Like I never moved. But growth doesn't ask permission. Dark baritone, the rated don't it. Do you remember the quiet one? The one that bent too fast, held his breath in arguments, let every silence pass. I carry peace like pressure, let your comfort lead. Shrank inside his shadow, called it love not need. I wore that version faithfully like it was skin and bone. But somewhere in the stillness I learned to stand alone. Iron tongue, solvents, falsetto begins blending underneath. Last night I outgrew the fear of being misunderstood. Outgrew the version that did what it could. You miss who I was, but that boy had to move. Falsetto, baritone, harmonies underneath her chronic. Falsetto, baritone, harmonies underneath her ground. I'm not who I was. Falsetto, baritone, harmonies underneath her ground. I'm not who I was. Falsetto, baritone, harmonies underneath her ground. I'm not who I was, I'm not who you knew. The man I'm becoming, outgrew you. I don't fall the same, I don't break for proof. If distance feels different, it's because I grew. Not who you knew. Falsetto, baritone, harmonies underneath. Falsetto, baritone, harmonies underneath. Falsetto textures float, safe for us feels. I had to change to stay true. Back to dominant baritone, stronger drum presence. You call it distance, I call it clarity. You call it pride, I call it finally breathing without needing your tone. Standing in rooms, feeling at home. You love the version that needed your light, but I found my glow in the middle of the night. No anger left, no blame to prove, just quiet growth and different moves. Falsetto playing, discerning, yeah. You miss who I was, falsetto, stronger play. I'm not who I was, I'm not who you knew. The silence you left built something new. I don't dim my fire to soften your view. If I feel different, it's because I grew. If I feel different, it's because I grew. You knew. If I feel different, it's because I grew. If I feel good, it's because I grew. Drop pegs, wide and sub, bass off pulls, optional style. Intimate, buried there, plus exposed, falsetto. If I buried that frozen without control, I had to lose you to find myself. I'm not who I was. Falsetto, I got to. Falsetto, falsetto, I got two harmonies underneath for grounding. Falsetto, I got two harmonies underneath for grounding.
Low atmosphere pass. Warm road slowly entering. No drums. Baritone. Close. Intimate. Peace didn't come cheap. It asked for things I didn't know I'd have to lose, and I said yes anyway.
Dark baritone weighted control. I stopped defending what drained my name. Stopped entertaining cycles of blame. Let go of voices that lived in my head. Let go of versions of things we said. I walked away quietly, no scene, no sound. Sometimes the strongest move is putting something down. It wasn't weakness, it wasn't defeat. It was choosing silence over constant heat. As it curls, softens, falsetto begins blending. It hurt to release what felt familiar. Chaos can feel like home when peace feels unfamiliar. You don't know what it takes. Falsetto lead, light a tire, harmony underneath drums enter clean, savvy A beeping, baby. Peace cost me everything I had to let go. People I love, places I called home. It took my comfort, it took my pride, but it gave me space to breathe inside. Breathe inside. Falsetto textures float over roads. Some losses are blessings in discard. I stopped explaining my boundaries, stopped shrinking down to keep harmony. I let the noise fall off my name, let go of needing to win every game. Peace asks for distance, peace asks for truth. Peace asked me to outgrow you. It felt like losing more than I gained, but calm is expensive when you've lived in pain. Falsetto blends early just smoother. It caused me attention, it caused me applause, but I found my center when I stopped the wars. Falsetto, stronger, layers, soul chords warmer. Peace caused me everything I had to release. Old expectations to finally feel peace. It took illusions, it took control, but it gave me balance, it gave me soul.
Drums drop, parents white and settle ambient guitar. I thought I was losing my whole world, but I was just trading noise for something pure.
Full arrangement, one robe, lay sub bass deeper. Peace caused me everything, but I survived. Lost what was loud, found what was alive. It took what wasn't meant to stay and left me lighter in every way. Every way. Every way. Falsetto. Falsetto.
Baritone didn't heal me. Peace didn't break me. It rebuilt me.